so as we all know, Team of the Year has finally arrived, and now is the best time to go and pick up yourself some Ultimate Team coins. Head over to Yoha right now, link in the description, and you can get yourself 100k Ultimate Team coins for almost £10. That's so cheap. And make sure you use my discount code Gonth. I haven't done one of those dramatic intros in years, man. Yeah. Probably stick to not doing them again. Anyway, you've seen the title, you've seen the intro. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most dramatic moments in football. We're talking football history, we're talking this season, we're talking comebacks, we're talking dramatic moments that will blow your head off. Now I'm going to do today's video a little bit different. Instead of the whole FIFA side of things, which sometimes I think is a little bit pointless, we're just going to focus solely on the clips. So this is going to be more of a sport video than a FIFA video. I think you might enjoy it a little bit more, considering FIFA's a little bit outdated for the year. We're all just waiting for either World Cup or we're waiting for FIFA 19, because FIFA 18 is dead. I still want to shout out this guy on the screen. He was the guy that said, Gonth, do the most dramatic moments in football, and I sat there and I thought, you know what? I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for some dramatic moments, some dramatic music, and a dramatic wank? Does that work? It's a little bit weird. Now, to all my Swedish fans out there, you're gonna love this, because I've got that game the other day, the Stockholm Derby, Hammarby versus Djurgården. I was there. I actually watched this game live, and I betted my own money on it because I was in Sweden. And trust me, this is as dramatic as it comes. And you Swedish guys will know, this is one of the biggest games in Sweden. Now, as you can see, Hammarby went 1-0 up, so it was all a little bit mad. At this moment, we're thinking, Hammarby are going to do it again for like the 15th year in a row. But then Djurgården are given a penalty, and my guy steps up and ping! It's a decent penalty, to be fair. Straight in the side netting. It's 1-0, and now no one knows what's going to happen. But this is where one of the biggest moments, one of the biggest dramatic moments in the Stockholm Derby happened. This was crazy. It was the last kick of the game. And look who steps up. Man like Dibba. You Hammarby fans know about Dibba, because he stepped up and he went ping. How dramatic. It's the last minute Stockholm Derby. I don't know, I think there's about 30,000 people there. And he did that, and that won me a lot of money. So for me, that is one of the most dramatic moments I've seen this season. Stockholm Derby, last minute, 2-1 Hammarby, and that is exactly how it finished. What a game. But it doesn't get a whole lot more dramatic than when Mario Götze literally won Germany the World Cup. Literally scored in one of the last minutes. No, I think it was like at the 113th minute of extra time. And we all know what happened next. Germany. Unbelievable scenes. Mario Götze, of course, giving man in the match and scoring the match-winning goal. How mad is that? To win the World Cup in the 113th minute of extra time? When it comes to dramatic, that's probably top 3. Madness. But here's an interesting one, lads. Who watched the Schalke versus Dortmund game when Schalke came back from 4-0 down? And this is a derby. 4-0 down. So as you can see, Dortmund are 4-0 up and Schalke finally come back with 1 goal. And you're thinking, nah. 4-1, surely not. Okay, 4-2. There it is. Now some sort of belief is starting to fall from the sky in this derby. And everyone's starting to have a little bit of faith. But that is when the third went in. And this is where shit started getting really dramatic. And the Schalke fans started to believe. But it was in the last minutes of extra time when Ronaldo shocked the whole world. Look at this. Boom. The guy got up about 9 feet off the ground. His big, black, sweaty forehead. Boom. To bring Schalke back into the game. And that would have felt like a win. To come from 4-0 down to 4-0 in a derby on that scale. That's another one of the best comebacks I've ever seen. Wow. Now, you said you want to see dramatic moments in football, but does it get more dramatic than an old Scottish derby when Rangers scored in the 92nd minute? In fact, there must have been maybe a kick or 2 left. And Maurice Edu just shocked the whole of Scotland. In fact, the whole world stood still. This was like 5 years ago, and I still remember it to this day. I mean, can you imagine being a Rangers fan? You've just scored in the basically the 93rd minute, and there's only 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. It's the last corner of the game, and look at this. This is the moment we live for. Edu, boom, there it is. There it is. Absolute scene from my G. That is crazy. That is absolutely bizarre. Wow. I mean, like, this is drama at the highest level. You couldn't pay. You couldn't make this up. You couldn't dream this happening. Unbelievable. And Rangers, mate, they've always been the best Scottish team in my opinion. Just saying. PSG versus Barcelona. Our next moment when, oh wow, they were 4-0 down, Barcelona, going into this game, and nobody gave them a wank. Literally nobody gave them a chance in hell. Nobody even gave them a sniff. And before you know it, and then the last kick of the game, it's a penalty. And we're starting to think, oh my God, are they going to do it? Of course, Neymar steps up and scores. And now the worrying kicks in because right in extra time, there's literally one kick left. Sergio Roberto does that. I'm done. I'm done with this video. I'm done. Done. Wow. You've just come back from 4-0 down against PSG to win 6-5 on aggregate. That is one of the most dramatic moments in football history. And to this day, always will be. And just when you thought it could never happen to Barcelona, oh, it does. It actually did. Because in this year's Champions League, a couple weeks ago, Roma came back from 3-0 down. Or were they 4-0 down? I'm not sure. It was a pretty big comeback. Roma went on to win that game and actually went on to progress in the Champions League. So Barcelona did it to PSG, and Roma then went and did it to Barcelona. And you know what? It's never, ever, ever happened in the Champions League other than 3 times. And Barcelona were involved in 2 of them. How crazy is that? So if you want to talk about drama, you watch this video, because I've never seen anything like this. What? Roma, it's crazy. And like we're all wondering, are Roma going to go and do it again to Liverpool? Is it possible? I think it is. But now, in my opinion, the most dramatic moment that I personally have ever seen live in my life. You lot know what's coming up. It was at Watford versus Leicester playoff game. Last minute, Knockout misses a penalty, a double save by Almunia. The ball's kicked up the pitch. This is like, it gives me goosebumps. Honestly, my eyes water watching this. Watford have then gone and turned defence to attack and done absolute madness. Look at this. Troy Deeney. Wow. We're talking 6 years later. That is still mad. Oh, I'm like, they just scored in the 97th minute. There's only 4 minutes added on. They scored in the 97th minute. How dramatic. It doesn't get any more dramatic. And then Watford actually went on, I think. They went on to get promoted that season. That has got to be the craziest turnaround you'll ever see in any football match ever. You've just witnessed probably the most dramatic video ever. And I hope you enjoyed it, because I did. Wow. This guy by Depol went and changed his name to Gianluigi the Legend Buffon. No bullshit. Unfortunately, he was sent off in his last ever Champions League game against Real Madrid, which none of us wanted to see, but he has had a legendary career. And it's going to be sad to see this guy hang up the gloves, because what he has done for football, he's everyone's favourite goalkeeper. Buffon was that type of goalkeeper to pull off absolutely ridiculous saves like that.